was either yesterday or day before. We just hit the I think the 1,000-day following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and so this conflict has been going on for quite a while now. And when it first happened, the gas markets in Europe just really, I think, had difficulty kind of managing through the conflict, and we saw very elevated prices. We have seen some things. We've seen some normalization there, but one of the big pieces of, I think, the narrative in Europe is that the U.S. really became a dominant supplier of gas into Europe following the Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And so, what's your read on Trump and how he's thinking about LNG? Are LNG exports a good thing? Is this something he's going to be pushing for? I think there's less clarity on kind of where that goes. I haven't heard a whole lot of mention about it. I assume probably status quo might exist, but what's your read? Is there potentially any change under Trump? Is there an acceleration of that idea under Trump? And what does it really mean for Europe? Depending on how it goes?
Sure. So I think one a good place to start is where we are now after those 1,000 days of the conflict. It's Europe lost roughly 40% of its supply, almost 40% of its supply that used to come from piped gas from Gazprom. At the moment, Europe only receives roughly 10% of its supply from Russian piped gas. And that has caused some volatility as of late in terms of prices, because there's been speculation that those residual flows via Ukraine will cease soon, probably by the end of this year, which will tighten the balance by about 5% into next year. We've also had a colder than expected, or a colder winter start than the previous two winters. So storage withdrawals are much higher than they were this time last year. So just for context, storage is roughly 92% at the moment. Last year at this time, it was almost 99% full. So everything looks like pointing towards the storage levels that are going to be lower this year at the end of winter, which means that the reinjection gap for next summer will be larger. And that's what's keeping gas prices a bit higher or tighter at 47 euros per megawatt hour. In terms of what Trump could mean, I think in the near term, so we're talking about perhaps 2025, 2026, I don't think Trump can do much to shift the landscape. But if that deregulatory platform that he's been campaigning on, right, like he's been trying to or saying that he will deregulate the energy sector and try to just like push for this mantra of drill baby drill. If that applies to not only oil but also gas, and all those the regulation for LNG supply gets relaxed, I think our general sense is that over the next 4 to 5 years, LNG supply from the US will actually increase at a much faster pace.